Hello, my friends, my brothers and sisters. Today, I want to talk to you about learning to be happy alone in your life. You see, in this fast-paced world, we often tie our joy to the presence of others, friends, family, or even fleeting relationships. But true happiness isn't something that someone else can give you. It's something you discover within yourself. When you realize that your joy comes from the peace God has planted in your heart, you stop searching for it in the wrong places. True happiness is a state of being that begins and ends within you. It isn't tied to external circumstances, fleeting moments, or the people around you. While relationships, achievements, and milestones can bring joy, they are not the foundation of lasting contentment. True happiness is a reflection of your inner peace, your mindset, and the ability to find fulfillment in the simple act of being. When you depend on others or external factors to make you happy, you're placing the responsibility for your emotional well-being in hands other than your own, leaving you vulnerable to disappointment and instability. True happiness is rooted in self-awareness. It's about understanding who you are at your core and embracing your strengths, flaws, and unique qualities. When you learn to accept yourself fully, you create a foundation of self-love that cannot be shaken by criticism, rejection, or the inevitable challenges of life. You begin to realize that your value and worth are not determined by others' opinions, but by the deep sense of purpose that comes from within. This type of happiness requires intentionality. It means choosing gratitude in every season, even when life feels difficult. It's about recognizing the blessings that often go unnoticed. A sunrise, a kind word, a moment of peace, and allowing those small moments to fill your heart with joy. When you train your mind to focus on the good, no matter how small, you build resilience and cultivate a sense of inner abundance that no external hardship can diminish. True happiness also stems from a life aligned with your values and purpose. When you pursue what genuinely matters to you rather than what others expect or demand, you unlock a sense of fulfillment that external validation cannot provide. It's about living authentically and being guided by your principles rather than seeking approval. This alignment creates a sense of peace because your actions reflect the person you truly are, not the image you think you need to project. Finally, true happiness requires self-care and self-prioritization. It's not selfish to protect your mental and emotional well-being. It's necessary. When you pour into yourself through rest, reflection, personal growth, and moments of stillness, you recharge your spirit and create a space where joy can flourish. Happiness isn't about constant excitement or thrill. It's about finding a steady, unshakable contentment that can weather life's ups and downs. When you nurture this inner light, you realize that the greatest source of joy is one that no one else can take away. Solitude is one of the most underrated gifts we can give ourselves. In a world that constantly pushes us to be connected, to share, and to seek validation from others, the idea of being alone is often misunderstood as loneliness or isolation. But true solitude is not about being cut off. It's about being deeply connected to yourself. It's a sacred space where you can listen to your own thoughts, process your emotions, and rediscover your purpose without the noise and influence of the world around you. I trust you. I pray you. Solitude allows you to breathe, to pause, and to recharge. In the stillness, you find clarity that is often drowned out by the demands and distractions of daily life. It's a time to reflect on where you've been and where you want to go. You begin to understand that stepping away from the crowd doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're creating space to step into something greater. In those quiet moments, you can hear the whisper of your inner voice, reminding you of who you are and what truly matters. Ask yourself in this moment for the truth and just believe it. You know the truth. In artificial intelligence, we use the expression, you don't have to educate the voice. When you embrace solitude, you begin to recognize it as an opportunity for growth. It's in the moments of being alone that some of the greatest ideas are born, the most profound realizations occur, and the deepest healing takes place. Without the pressure to perform or please, you're free to be yourself in the purest form. Faith says you're drawn from your soul in the purest form. Solitude teaches you that your value is not tied to how much you're doing or how many people you're impressing. It's about the quality of the relationship you have with yourself. So long, Jerry. Now what? Now you're back to screaming. Solitude also cultivates strength. When you're comfortable being alone, you're less likely to seek unhealthy relationships or situations out of fear of loneliness. You start to set higher standards for the connections you allow into your life because you've learned that your peace and happiness are worth protecting. Solitude doesn't mean you don't need others. It means you no longer need others to fill a void within you. And perhaps most beautifully, solitude is where you rediscover joy in the simple things. A walk in nature, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the satisfaction of a good book or a creative endeavor. These moments become richer when you're fully present with yourself. You begin to see that solitude isn't something to avoid, it's something to cherish. It's a reminder that being alone is not a reflection of lack, but a celebration of wholeness. God's presence is a constant source of comfort, guidance, and strength, even in the moments when we feel the most alone. It's easy to forget this truth when life becomes overwhelming or when the silence of solitude feels deafening, but God's presence doesn't waver or fade. He is with you in every moment, whether you're walking through a season of joy or navigating the depths of heartbreak. His love surrounds you, His grace upholds you, and His peace is available to calm the storms within your heart. And most importantly, there are hundreds of places in the gospel that you can see, be submitted to, and experience. Pick on any of them. In those quiet moments when you feel the weight of loneliness, remember that God's presence is not something you have to earn or search for. It's already there, closer than your own breath. The stillness becomes a sacred space, a chance to draw nearer to Him and hear His voice in ways that the noise of the world often drowns out. He protects you. In Christ. That's when you slow down, when you pause and open your heart, you'll find that He's been there all along, waiting to comfort you, to guide you, and to remind you that you are never truly alone. We and you have mastered the art of being alone. God's presence provides a foundation of strength that allows you to face life's challenges with courage. When you feel weak, He is your strength. When you feel lost, He lights your path. When you feel forgotten, He whispers His promises into your soul, reminding you that you are deeply loved, uniquely created, and always seen by Him. His presence fills the empty spaces in your heart, replacing fear with faith and despair with hope. God's presence also transforms solitude into an opportunity for growth. In those moments of stillness, He reveals truths about who you are and who He has called you to be. He uses your time alone to refine you, to heal you, and to prepare you for the plans He has for your future. Instead of viewing solitude as a void, you begin to see it as a gift. An invitation to deepen your relationship with Him and to anchor yourself in His promises. No matter where you are, what you're facing, God's presence is a reminder that you are never abandoned. Even when people disappoint or life takes unexpected turns, His presence remains steadfast. It's a source of unshakable peace, a wellspring of endless hope, and a reminder that you are held by the one who knows you completely and loves you unconditionally. His presence is your greatest assurance, your most powerful ally, and the ultimate source of your joy and fulfillment. Embracing your God-given purpose is one of the most fulfilling and transformative decisions you can make in life. It begins with understanding that you were created intentionally, with a specific plan in mind. You are not here by accident. Every part of your being, your talents, your passions, your experiences was intricately designed by God to contribute to His greater purpose. Embracing this truth means recognizing that your life has meaning beyond what the world defines, and that you are uniquely equipped to make a difference on this planet, this world, and the universe. You got embracing this. Your journey towards greatness begins right now. When you step into your God-given purpose, it brings clarity to your actions and choices. You start to see the pieces of your life fitting together in ways you never imagined. The struggles you've endured, the lessons you've learned, and even the setbacks you've faced begin to reveal their role in shaping you for what lies ahead. God doesn't waste anything. He uses every moment of your journey to prepare you for the work He's called you to do. When you lean into that purpose, you align yourself with His divine plan, and suddenly your life begins to overflow with a sense of direction and fulfillment. Living out your purpose requires faith and trust in God's timing. There will be moments when you feel uncertain or inadequate, but God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. He doesn't call the equipped, He equips the called. As you walk in obedience to His will, He will open doors no one can shut and provide opportunities that align with His vision for your life. He will place the right people in your path, grant you the wisdom to make decisions, and give you the courage to pursue the dreams He's placed in your heart. And I want you to have a desire that you thrive. Your God-given purpose isn't just about what you do, it's about who you are becoming. It's about allowing God to work in and through you, transforming you into someone who reflects His love, grace, and compassion. It's about using your gifts to serve others, to build His kingdom, and to glorify His name. It's about finding joy in knowing that your life is part of something much greater than yourself. Embracing your purpose also means letting go of comparison and trusting that your journey is unique. God has a specific plan for you, and it may look nothing like the path of those around you, but that's the beauty of His design. He has crafted you to fulfill a role that only you can fill. When you focus on your own calling, you free yourself from the pressure to meet worldly expectations and instead find peace in knowing that you are walking in step with His plan. Your God-given purpose is a gift, a responsibility, and a promise, all wrapped into one. It's an invitation to live boldly, to trust deeply, and to love abundantly. It's an opportunity to make an eternal impact, to leave a legacy of faith, and to experience the fullness of life as God intended it to be. As you embrace this purpose, you'll discover that it's not just about fulfilling a role, it's about fulfilling the deepest desires of your heart and living in alignment with the Creator who knows you best. Joy is a choice that transcends circumstances, a deliberate decision to embrace gratitude, faith, and hope regardless of what life may bring. It's not a fleeting emotion tied to temporary pleasures or external achievements, but a deep, abiding state of the soul that reflects trust in God's goodness and promises. Choosing joy means recognizing that while you may not control everything that happens to you, you have the power to decide how you respond, and that response can be rooted in faith and positivity. And so now it's time for us to start engaging with faith and positivity. When you choose joy, you shift your focus away from what's missing or broken in your life and begin to see the blessings that are already present. It's about finding beauty in the mundane, appreciating small victories, and celebrating the moments that often go unnoticed. Joy is cultivated in the quiet corners of life where gratitude grows, where a simple prayer of thanksgiving can transform your perspective and remind you of how much you have to be thankful for. It's a daily commitment to seek the silver linings, to let go of negativity, and to trust that God is working all things together for your good. Remember, success is in the details, like the countless reports of God. Joy also requires intentionality. It doesn't always come naturally, especially in the face of trials or disappointments. It means choosing to rise above bitterness, envy, or despair, and deciding that your peace will not be dictated by the ups and downs of life. Joy is not about denying pain or pretending everything is perfect. It's about holding on to hope even when things feel uncertain. It's the ability to say, I trust that better days are ahead, and to find strength in the promises of God's faithfulness. Yes, God, me. The finger of the Lord is against you all. Living a life of joy also means letting go of comparison and recognizing that your journey is uniquely yours. It's easy to feel discouraged when you measure your life against the success or happiness of others. But joy flourishes when you focus on your own blessings and purpose. God has a plan for your life that is specific and intentional. And when you rest in that truth, joy naturally follows. Now, it's the confidence of knowing that you are deeply loved and that your worth is not determined by the standards of the world. Choosing joy impacts not only your own heart, but also the lives of those around you. It's contagious, inspiring others to see the goodness in life and to embrace hope in their own circumstances. Joy has the power to lift burdens, heal wounds, and build connections. It radiates from within, illuminating the darkest of moments and reminding you that God's light shines brightest in the midst of challenges. Scripture tells us what a greater light was never cast in darkness, that joy shines brightest in the midst of challenges. Ultimately, joy is a reflection of faith. It's the assurance that no matter what happens, you are held by a loving and unchanging God. It's the recognition that your circumstances are temporary, but His promises are eternal. By choosing joy, you align yourself with His will, His peace, and His purpose for your life. It's an act of trust, a declaration that even in uncertainty, you believe in His goodness and His ability to bring beauty from ashes. Now, in learning to be happy alone, we uncover a profound truth. Joy is not found in the approval or presence of others, but in the steadfast foundation of faith, self-awareness, and purpose. Solitude becomes a sacred space where we grow closer to God, embrace our unique calling, and nurture the gifts within us. It's a journey of transformation where we discover that true contentment arises from trusting in God's plan and recognizing His presence in every moment. Happiness is a choice rooted in gratitude, intentionality, and faith. It's about letting go of external validation, celebrating your individuality, and trusting that God's purpose for your life is far greater than anything the world can offer. By embracing this mindset, we find strength, resilience, and peace that no circumstance can shake. Ultimately, the joy that comes from within becomes a light that not only uplifts you, but inspires those around you.